It is 6:04 p.m. And welcome to the regular meeting of the Diamond Head City Council. If everyone would bow their heads for the invocation. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for the opportunity to gather together. Thank you for all these wonderful people coming out tonight to witness the city council meeting. Be with us as we make decisions that are better for our community. Be with the people in our community who are in need of better health. And again, thank you for all you do for us. In your son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. And please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance.
Mayor DeBrio. Councilmember Finley.
Here.
Councilmember Lisi.
Here.
Councilmember Cumberland.
Here.
Councilmember Clark.
Here.
Councilmember Marr.
Here.
All right, can we get a motion to confirm or adjust the agenda?
I'll move to confirm. Second.
Second. We're going to do roll call.
No, she's not here. She's not on the phone, so it's just regular.
All right,
She'll
excellent.
just be rolled as absent
Austin
on
and
everything.
Gerard. Motion and second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right. I'll go with that.
John and Drew.
The next regular meeting of the city council will be held on Tuesday, August the 20th, 2024, 6 p.m. here in the council chambers. All right, and here we are. This is Constitution Week proclamation. Whereas September 17th, 2024 marks the 237th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States of America by the Constitutional Convention. And whereas it is fitting and proper to accord official recognition to this magnificent document and its memorable anniversary, and to the patriotic celebrations which will commemorate the occasion. And whereas it is the privilege and duty of the American people to commemorate the 237th anniversary of the drafting of the Constitution of the United States with appropriate ceremonies and activities. Whereas Public Law 915 guarantees the issuing of a proclamation each year by the President of the United States of America designating September 17th through 23rd as Constitution Week. And therefore, Nancy DeBrio, by virtue of her authority vested by the state of Mississippi, does hereby proclaim the week of September 17th and to the 23rd as Constitution Week, and urge all citizens to reaffirm the ideals the framers of the Constitution had in the 1787 by vigilantly protecting the freedoms guaranteed to us through this guardian of our liberties, to study the Constitution and reflect on the privilege of being an American with all the rights and responsibilities which that privilege involves. And text and protest, and she'll sign it later. All right. Next. We have a proclamation. Are we going to do the...
Is there anyone here to accept that?
Yes.
The
proclamation.
Constitution?
Oh, is anyone here to accept the proclamation of the Constitution Week? Sorry. All right. All right, next, we have a certificate of appreciation for Barb and Bob. All right. Proclamation to recognize volunteers, Barb and Bob, whereas volunteers play a crucial role in our community and make Diamond Head a more desirable place to live, and whereas Diamond Head residents Barbara Whitliff and Bob Bradley are a musical duo that volunteer their time, talents, and equipment to perform in Diamond Head and in other areas along the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Whereas The duo performs monthly events at no cost to several centers, including Hancock County Senior Center in Bay St. Louis, Pearl River County Senior Center in Picayune, Seashore Assisted Living in Gulfport, Diamond Head Senior Village in Diamond Head, Pearlington Senior Center in Pearlington, Woodland Village in Diamond Head, Grace Chapel in Pass Christian, Diamond Head Community Church in Diamond Head, First Presbyterian and Church of Picayune, and the list continues to grow. Whereas the performance annually at the Pearlington Trunk or Treat, Diamond Head Trunk or Treat, Pearlington Easter Bunny Hop, and the St. Clair Health Fair in Waveland. And whereas research has found that music is a powerful force that evokes strong emotions, brings back heartwarming memories, and provides a way to express yourself. It brings happiness, social interaction, communication skills, reduces anxiety and depression, and improves response to pain. And whereas volunteering is an unpaid commitment that is a necessary resource in every community, Barb and Bob not only volunteer hundreds of hours each year sharing their music, but they both are active volunteers for several nonprofits. They are enthusiastic, creative, energetic, and they are making a positive impact in our community. And now, the mayor, Nancy DePrio, and the council recognize Barbara Whitliff and Bob Bradley for their hard work and dedication, volunteering their time and talents all over the Mississippi Gulf Coast. And in witness thereof, the mayor has set her hand and caused the seal of Diamond Head to be affixed to this day of August 24, 6th day, August 24.
We're here to take a picture if y'all wanna all come down.
Yeah, Don and Barb, y'all like to come up here with us and we'll get you, we'll hold on to this and get you a picture. Hold that like that. Like this, fair enough.
All right, looking good, everyone. Big smiles. 1, 2, and 3. All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. His report.
Be careful. I threatened to roll off it a couple times. All right. All right, next. You may.
Oh, we'd love for you to stay.
Can I go
but
with you?
You certainly can leave.
Yes, you may. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything you do. Yeah. Thank you very much. Ms. McGraw, the city manager's report.
Thank you, Councilman Finley. First, before I start the report, I would like to introduce Tish Williams with a special announcement.
Congratulations is So every year, you know that we invite members of the chamber to make nominations for Business of the Year. And I'm proud to announce that from a field of 4 nominees, the Ramada by Wyndham of Diamond Head has been elected by members of the Chamber of Commerce as Business of the Year. And with me today is Milan Mystery. Milan. So on behalf of the Chamber and also together with the City of Diamond Head, I just want to say congratulations. You have invested, shall I say, millions in this community, and we cannot thank you enough for what you have done to improve the Ramada Inn. It's beautiful. It's something that we can all be proud of. And the way that we can most recognize you, right, is by sending you some business.
Yes.
So if the city council does not mind, I would love to have a picture with Milan.
Absolutely.
Come on up.
Absolutely.
So would you mind taking this up there? And I'm going to join them up there.
Come on around.
And Milan will also be recognized along with all the other businesses that will be recognized in our citizens during the annual gala, which you are all invited to attend on August the 29th, a date we can't forget, Hollywood Casino. I need some more women.
Smiles, 1, 2, and 3. Thank you.
Congratulations. Well deserved. There you go. Try to check it out. Be careful on the way down. First steps to do. All right, Mr. John, carry on.
You probably don't want to stay for it. It's not that exciting.
Yeah, it goes and goes. All right. All right, back to the report here. Give you some updates on the activities and so forth within the city. First off, the MDOT project is moving along. The closed ramp, unfortunately, was expected or is expected to be. It took longer than expected, and so they're hoping to have that open by the end of this month. MDOT engineers have asked the contractors to repair the exit 20, which is the DeLille exit, off ramp as soon as possible due to its condition. Since everyone's having to use that, it has some concerns there, and they're trying to get that repaired. The school bus traffic, I've discussed that with the Hancock County School District. They're trying to do a split travel for the ones that live towards the back of Diamond Head, around Twin Lakes in that area. They're trying to take them from the high school, middle school, and go through the back of Diamond Head, Kill DeLille, and into Diamond Head through there. The rest are still going through the front of Diamond Head, so they're getting on the interstate, going all the way to DeLille, and then turning around and coming back. I do understand the first day or so was not very good, but usually that's not very good anyway in the start of a new school year. But with this ramp closure, it was even more taxing for them. The procedural ordinance is on the agenda for tonight. The changes on the procedural ordinance are we included the gender neutrality to try to get him and her everywhere that it was required. If we missed one, let us know, and we'll make those corrections as needed. And then on section 1-18, decorum generally, we added, however, public comments may be made as set forth herein, and that's regards to P&Z meetings. We had removed allowing for public comments at the council meeting, but we added that back in if the residents wanted to add any comments. New information can't be provided, and of course there can't be another public hearing as that was already done at P&Z, but we will allow for comments from the public. At the last council meeting, the Boy Scouts came and requested to use our facilities. I met with them, and the following requirements or requests were made. The Boy Scout troops would like to use the council chambers for their PAC meeting once a month. With an estimated 200 plus attendees. The meeting will be about for an hour to 2 hours. There'll be snacks and drinks. They'll need to use the sound system as well as the projector system if they were to use this room. They also want to use the activity center once a week for their den meetings. There'll be 10 to 20 plus attendees for that meeting. Then there are 3 annual events. A blue and gold banquet once a year where they will hold a dinner for their scouts and their parents, and they'll have a program for that meeting. Also, they have a Pinewood Derby once a year, and I'm not exactly sure if that's inside or would be held inside or out, but there's a 48-foot 6-lane track that they have built that they would have to put together or construct and to hold the Pinewood Derby in. And then there's an annual awards presentation that they put together that would probably have to be held here in council chambers as well as the banquet. So those were their asks. Right now, as a council, you have passed your rental agreement, which does not allow for reoccurring rentals, which this would have to, you would have to alter that, as well as we do require everyone except for governmental entities to pay. So this would be changing at least those two parts of your, or making exceptions for the Boy Scouts for those two parts of your rental agreement. And then overall, we do not allow anyone to use council chambers as a rental, so that would have to change as well. And the biggest problem that I see for that is securing the building as a whole. We would have to do some changes to our doors and locking system so that we would keep people from being able to access the entire building. Once you're in this room, you can get everywhere in this building. So it would just be something we would have to work on. So that's up to you guys as to how you want to handle that and what you would, whether you want to allow this or not. Park 10 Road, the contract is for 403 days. Its current end date is October the 12th. The contractor's working, continue working forward from the Diamond Head Water and Sewer Building up to the Park 10 Lanes bowling alley. The contractor's also working around one utility pole that's still in their critical path, waiting for Sparklight to come and remove their power, remove their lines off the pole so that we can get the pole out of the way and get that rest of that road built. They've been working on a lot of the Leisure Time Connection Road, getting the sidewalks down now and putting in the rest of that the rest of that part. So, getting a lot of work done there and still trying to move forward with the obstacles they have in their way. Bowview 2, that issue notice to proceed was issued on July the 8th. The contract's for 60 days. Currently has a end date of September the 5th. Unfortunately, they have not started yet, as they are still 3 to 4 weeks out on getting materials together. But once they do get the materials on site, the work itself should not take that long. We may have to give them an extension on their days, but other than that, they should be able to get that work done pretty quickly. Kaliki Way, tonight you have two change orders on the tonight's agenda. Change order number 1 is to adjust the contract total to account for the installed quantities that were used on the site, which differed from what the original contract was for. Change order number 2 is to add additional piping and concrete structures in the residents' backyard and between the two between the lots coming from Aiki going to Kaliki. This change order also adds an additional 35 days to the contract. If approved, a new substantial completion date would be September 10th. The contractor has done most of the other work, sodding the disturbed areas, and will probably be seeding the rest of the areas that needed to be seeded. Traffic study, also on tonight's agenda, you have two work assignments for traffic studies. The first one is a High Point signage review. This was at the request of the High Point HOA due to the increased traffic in the area from the new subdivision that's being built behind them. They feel like that additional signage is needed within that community. The second work assignment is a revised traffic study to review the need of an additional stop sign at Diamond Head Drive East and Golf Club Drive. That area, I feel like definitely needs a stop sign, but of course our ordinance requires that our traffic engineer reviews it first before we decide to put one up. So that's the original work assignment that it put in was to do a whole lot more work, design a whole new roundabout there and other things, and so we removed all that and said just simply count the cars and decide and come back with a report to determine if a stop sign is needed or not. Noma Drive Phase 1B, that project was issued a notice to proceed on July the 8th with 180 calendar days for completion. Right now, the current completion date is January the 7th. The contractors installed the coffer dam on the property, and has removed the existing boat ramp and has started clearing or cleaning up and getting the base set down for building the new boat ramp there. If any of you get a chance during the week to go out there and take a look, it's really exciting to see how that's progressing and moving forward. The Jex Drive lighting project is completed. All the punch list items were taken care of, I want to say first of last week. And since then, we have got the timer set so that the lights come on and go off at the same time during I think it comes on around 7 o'clock at night and goes off about 6 o'clock in the morning. And we can adjust that as needed. The drainage projects that we have, the contracts for all of them have been signed except for the one I have right here in front of me. Well, one more. I still need one more. But the engineer is currently arranging with the contractor to do the pre-construction meeting, and we'll get with the contractor. Hopefully it'll be sometime this week or first of next week. The canal dredging project, we contacted MDEQ regarding the grant agreement. We're still waiting on getting that back from them so that we can get moving forward on that project. Once I get it, we'll get it on the agenda for approval. At our last phone call meeting, we set the construction start date on that to be March or April of 2025, and that's waiting for the high tide season that we need to get that dredge material out of here and over into the new area where it will be dumped. The Noma Drive Boardwalk, we had our first monthly check-in meeting in July. The permitting phase is progressing, and all applications have been submitted, so everyone was excited about that and felt that the project's moving forward like we need it to. So the engineer is currently working on the final design on that project, and we'll get that submitted to MDEQ for their approval and get us moving forward on that. Coon Branch project, met with the Harrison County engineer last month to discuss the stormwater. Harrison County in the undeveloped area dumps between 350 to 400 acres of water into that Coon Branch area, along with the water we dump into there. So we were looking for some help from the Harrison County side to kind of help detain and slow down that water so that we could all get it to Coon Branch and get out from there to Mill Creek and out to Jordan River. So we'll continue working on that. The engineer, Kenichi Engineering, is working on several other options. They sent me some paperwork or some maps today on that, and I have a meeting scheduled next week with the POA to discuss some possible detention on the golf courses, hopefully outside of the playing area so that we won't change the play of the course as a whole. But we'll continue working on that one and try to figure out our best options to work on that water up in that area for Coon Branch. The CRS, or the Community Rating System project, we have submitted all the CRS documentation that was required from FEMA to process. We submitted it all to FEMA. They'll be processing that, and hopefully will get us approved application or get it all in and approved by August 17th. That's the deadline to get us in for the April 2025 start of the program. If we do, if everything gets approved and we get everything in before August, or if they get everything approved by August and we get in by April, we should go in as either an 8 or a 9, which will give us either 5 to 10% discount on flood insurance. After 1 year in the program, the city can submit for a Class 7. The information we were given was that we pretty much are a Class 7, but FEMA probably won't want to approve that for the first try, so we'll have to do a little bit more and put a few more things together that we'll need to so that we can get a Class 7 next year. Unfortunately, if we do not make the August, or if FEMA doesn't approve us by the August 17th deadline, we will have to wait until October 2025, which would be their next time to submit cities into the CRS program. The Noma Drive dredging project, the engineer has been working on that one and expects to have that advertised on the next meeting here or in the next meeting here in August or 1st of September. So we expect to get that one moving pretty soon because he really wants to have that going at the same time as this boat launch project so that we can get both projects done at the same time. And lastly, the dog park, the county approved the survey at their meeting yesterday morning and are submitting that to us for our approval, and I'll have that to you guys on the August 20th meeting for your approval, and then we can move forward on getting that surveyed and hopefully getting us a dog park built. And the other projects that we have nothing's really changed on those.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Councilmember Marr, do you have any questions for John?
Yes, I do. Okay, so a couple of questions. One, with the Boy Scouts using this once a month for their PAC meetings, the council chambers, will they need tables for that? And will we have to rearrange the seating for that meeting?
They don't. I don't think so. If there's 200, you're not going to. I don't believe you could even put tables in here and meet
Well,
fire code.
That's what I was wondering.
I
but
feel
I'm-
like that's going to have to be chairs and just the way it's set up right now.
Gotcha. I just think you might
Yeah.
want to mention that to them, that it probably wouldn't work with
Right.
tables, because I was worried
Right.
about that too.
Yeah, my concern was more about the drinks and food in here
See,
on these
and I
tables.
figure you can always clean that up. But anyway, number two, the holdup with that pole seems to have been going on for at least 3 or 4 council meetings that
Yes.
on Park 10.
Yes.
Has anybody contacted Sparklight?
It's moved today.
Thank
Look,
you.
it is gone.
Okay. that
As
takes
of lunch,
care
it was
that.
not moved.
All right, then we have the traffic lights you installed on Jex Road. You said that that's pretty much all complete.
That's correct.
What about the pond? Isn't that getting lit up? That's right there, coming up between the 2 roads that had the water under the water, the lights there.
The fountain you're talking
Yes.
about? Yes, those lights should be working as well.
I didn't see them today, and I came by
Well,
there with all the other lights
at
on,
night?
and that was dark.
Okay. All
That
right.
was
I will
dark.
check,
And I
check
will
that
say
record.
this, you might want to push back your timer another 15, 20 minutes on those lights for the eve, because I had to drive somebody to the airport this morning,
Okay.
and the lights were out while it was still dark coming back.
Oh.
So, and surprisingly, all the lights were on up by, the church parking lots and all like that were all
Okay.
on, but all the Jex Road was off. So
All right.
maybe
We can
another
adjust
20
it.
minutes or so. And then we have, for the Norma Drive boardwalk that you submitted or have the engineer working on plans, do they include boardwalks like the Bayou Drive kayak launch for the pier with the holes in the metal for the boardwalk, or is it just wooden or some sort of composite?
We're designing it for both, and we're gonna have to wait and see what the prices come in at.
Okay.
To see if we can, hopefully. Our thought and is that we try to do the one like on Bayou Drive, so that it's, instead of the wooden, it's the concrete composite. And then the water can come and go and
And it would last long.
and it would last longer, and we wouldn't have to, but we'll have to wait on price on that.
All right, I'm done.
Councilmember Clark?
Thank you. This may seem like a wild request, but can I ask the council if we can have a closed meeting for executive session about the activity center and the use of the entire building so we can actually discuss it? Instead of just asking John, can we go into executive session to speak about that?
I don't know that that would be a topic that we'd be allowed to go into executive session. If you guys wanted to do a workshop meeting or something like that, and I think the point that John, we've got 2 entities that use this facility, but they both use it for the same purpose that the city council uses. The Boy Scouts, we're envisioning them doing a lot different use of the council chambers, which we've not done in the past. So I think John's concern is we've got to amend the rules that we have and how we do, what we charge folks, allowing reoccurring use and all that. And so, maybe you all can, email John what your thoughts are individually. If you guys would want to workshop and discuss the use of the activity center, discuss the use of council chambers, you know, that's just a thought to me, but, yeah. But you're talking about now, are you talking about specifically this item that's on, are you talking about the Boy Scouts, or are you talking about the agenda item number 18?
Both of them, but more or less,
Okay.
number 18 also.
All right, so for the use of the center by Boy Scouts or changing the rules or anything like that, no, I would not recommend that that's an executive session topic. My understanding from Mr. Cumberland and his motion, this does involve a personnel matter, so I would suggest that that could be a topic that you guys could go into executive session. And you can go in anytime you want. Somebody would just need to make a motion to go into a closed session to determine the need to go into executive session.
Okay for a motion?
Absolutely.
All right, motion to go into a closed session.
Get a second?
We need a second.
Oh, I'll second.
Second. All right. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you for catching that.
But that's the first step. You're correct.